Neville Gallimore, thanks for your time today.
No problem. Thank you for being. Thank you.
You're in a unique position. I'm sure this is a period of your life you've looked forward to for a long time with the NFL draft upcoming. What are you doing and what are you able to do in preparation for this?
I mean, obviously understanding, this pandemic that we have going on. The biggest thing, especially being like, D lineman, is just try to make the most of your opportunities, right? So, I mean, still have like I'm in a situation where even though we have limited access to the weight room and stuff, but I'm still able to go outdoors, still able to run, still make sure, I'm conditioned, So that's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's something that's out of our control, right? So just gotta stay positive, throughout all this.
I know it seems like a long time ago that I saw you at the NFL Combine the last week of February, and it obviously
Right.
an opportunity for you there to meet with teams. Have you had subsequent meetings online over video with other teams?
Absolutely. I feel like this process has been like a lot of fun because even though I haven't been able to take those visits out to those teams, I've been in contact with um, most, if not all, teams throughout this process, whether it's through the phone or through FaceTime or through Zoom and stuff. So I feel like it's still been pretty fruitful throughout this process. So I mean, again, taking it day by day, but a lot of positive feedback so far.
You've heard from most every NFL team.
Yes, sir.
What kinds of things do they ask you in follow-up interviews?
I mean, the thing is, obviously they want to know, they watch the tape, they kind of have an understanding of the kind of football player you are. They really just ask, they try and dig a little bit deeper, but even to start, they want to see, how do you process things, how do you learn, how and when did the game, really start to, slow down for you? They ask about, my background, my family, my parents, uh, I feel like pretty much anything that if if you were like applying or had like a job interview that even if it wasn't sports related, it's similar questions. They're just trying to figure out how are you as a person. How would you be being around other people, other teammates, other people in the workplace. Can you conduct yourself accordingly, stuff like that.
How do you feel about the performance you were able to put in at the NFL in Indianapolis?
I definitely, I felt like again, like I took some major steps. Still, knowing myself, I'm hard on myself, so I feel like there's a few things I wish I could have done better, just in terms of like the bench and stuff. But I feel overall, it was a positive week. That combine, I feel like I was able to really showcase my athletic ability, and I'm a big guy that can run pretty fast for his size. And, that really jumped off the tapes. So I was happy about that. And honestly, I felt like, I feel I probably could have ran even faster. Don't get me wrong, I ran as hard as I could, but I felt like still, I probably could have ran even faster. But again, a lot of positive feedback in that regard.
Am I correct? You dropped a fair bit of weight before your senior season at Oklahoma. Is that right?
Um, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did.
Well, just tell me a little bit about that decision, and it seems to have paid off for you both in your performance and your testing.
Sure. Again, it just kind of goes back to I feel like the kind of player I am. I'm the kind of person and player that whatever coach asks me to do, I'm gonna do it. If they need me to put on a little bit of weight to play position a certain way, I'll do just that. And if I have to drop weight, I'll do just that. So even my junior season, I was playing probably just about under 315, 320, and then going into my senior year, I actually dropped pretty low. Actually, I dropped about like 290,
Mhm.
and then just again doing what coach asked. But then they wanted me to play between that 300, 305. They felt like that was the most ideal in terms of still having my speed and explosiveness, but still having my power. So I kind of played roughly between 300 and 305 just from the season and maintaining that up until this point.
A lot of the draft analysis that I've read on you says that you still have some rawness to your game, and that they say you have a lot of upside still to develop. What's your opinion on those opinions?
Absolutely. That's the one thing that I really take pride in that because, I feel like Um, if you compare me to, a lot of guys who are going through this process, I feel like, some have peaked. And don't get me wrong, a lot of tremendous players, I got to experience, compete against and just, really go through the process with. But I feel like, for myself, I feel like I'm still peaking. I feel like the game of football in terms of being a student of the game, understanding exactly what I'm looking for, just who I'm going up against. I feel like it didn't really start to slow down for me till like the end of my junior year. And then again, to be in this position where I've taken major steps to, knowing that there's a huge possibility to play football, obviously after college, I know that my football, my best football is still way ahead of me. So I feel like that's encouraging. And again, that just kind of still lights that fire in me to just, keep pushing and keep working to, get the most out of it.
When I saw you in Indianapolis, I asked you if you were going to be at the draft, and you confidently said to me, "I think after this weekend I will be." And of course, nobody's going to be at the draft, as it turns out. What is your plan for draft night of the first night of the NFL draft? Where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing?
I think, it's funny, like virtually, like technically speaking, I still, again, I was blessed to be one of the, the 58 prospects. So if they say, if there was no COVID-19, everything worked out, and I would have been one of those guys that would have had the opportunity, to go to Las Vegas and stuff. But I mean, apart from that, again, I'm gonna be in Frisco, Texas. Again, I have family. Actually, I have my cousins that are staying about 10 minutes away from me, and then thankfully I got like my best friend. We both train. We're part of the same agency and stuff. And then my girlfriend, she's also within reach. So at least I'll be able to have a few close people with me to on that special day.
I know you've talked about how, as a teenager, a young teenager, you dreamed of this kind of opportunity of going to play big time football at the NCAA and get an opportunity at the NFL. Now that it's so close, when you think back to that kid, not that long ago, 15 or 14 years of age, just tell us kind of what it's like to be able to walk that road and now see this all come to fruition.
Man, I really, I got to thank God every day because, I really look back at it and I'm just like, I know that even at the age when I decided, I'm like, okay, not only do I like football, not only I love it, there's a passion. I feel like I can do something like so great, not only for myself, but really for my city, for Ottawa. And then I know I'm not the only kid, or I'm not the only person that said I have a dream or I want to play the NFL. I'm pretty sure it's any kid who played football, loved football start playing at a young age, would love to opportunity to play in the NFL. So it's really again, I remember going back at that. For me, I remember when I was grinding and stuff. My earlier years of high school, I was really just trying to get a scholarship. Like I was just trying to be able to say, I got school paid for. I could, and playing football, a game that I love. And then, like I said, I was grinding for one thing, and then the amount of doors and opportunities that presented itself, I wouldn't imagine. And then on top of that, fast forward to college to, my junior, senior year to, coaches tell me, hey, if you come back another year or you really lock in the senior year, you can, you have an opportunity to have your dreams unfold right in front of you. And then to be in this position where I'm at right now, where, I'm talking to these teams, meeting with players that are in the NFL that are thriving and stuff like that, and just be able to pick these people's brains and stuff. It's really like, I feel like it's like it's pretty surreal for me right now, so to speak. But again, you gotta love it and just be thankful for it all. So,
well, listen, congratulations on all your success and good luck as we approach the actual NFL draft, virtual as it may be. Thanks, Neville.
Thank you. Appreciate you.